Today I'm going to show you the first bar chord that any beginner should attempt. Stick around. Hello everyone, it's James from Practice Like a Pro, providing you with simple, clear guitar tips to help you on your guitar playing journey. So today, I get a lot of questions on Instagram, I'll pop it there, about bar chords and how to start practicing bar chords and even why a bar chord's such a big deal. So I want to break that down in today's lesson. So the idea with a bar chord is that you take the familiar, what I call cowboy chord shapes, A, C, G, D, etc. And you can move them up the neck, but simulate the nut with your index finger by barring the strings. So let's take A minor for example. I can play it there. If I move everything this way, one fret, if I play it just as it is, it doesn't sound very nice. But if I simulate the nut on the first fret with my index finger, all of a sudden it starts to sound a lot better. Now, once you can get this under your fingers, as you creep up the neck and you're comfortable in all sort of 12 positions, you've unlocked 12 new chords with one shape. Just as with the open shapes, you don't really want to exclusively use one bar chord shape. There's probably half a dozen that you'll use on a regular basis, but this is the first one that I think anybody should do. So this is B minor. Now, B minor, a lot of people really struggle with the sort of open chord variant, which isn't very helpful. So let's have a look at the full fat version. So I'm going to bar the second fret with my index finger. And then I'm going to make an A minor shape. So I'm going to use my second finger on the third fret of the B string. Then I'm going to use my third and fourth fingers on the fourth fret of the D and the G. And I'm going to squeeze, sort of, if I move over, you can see my thumb. You should have a gap between the bottom of your palm and the bottom of the neck. And it wants to be like a pinch. You don't want to have your palm, all of your palm up on the neck. Try and sort of do like a squeezing motion. Now, it's a 5-string chord just the same as the open A minor is. What I tend to do is, with the sort of overhang from my index finger, I sort of touch the low E string to stop it from vibrating. Just to give me that extra kind of mute. Now, you might get some of those, kind of sort of fluffing and choking a couple of notes, but it is part of the process. A lot of guitar players, especially the ones that I train, don't get it straight away. It's a 12-month process to really sort of nail your bar chords. So I'd get that shape under your fingers. Even before, and now you'd be tempted to look at the other 5 shapes that I mentioned and get loads of different kind of variations and learn a lot about bar chords. Try not to get so immersed in that side of it. Try and get the sound first. So if I were you, and this is what I do with my one-to-one students, is I just focus on one bar chord and get the technique right, and then we branch out into other shapes. Once you're getting a decent sound out of that chord, I'd start doing some 1-minute changes with other chords that go with it. So G to B minor is a great example. So you just play a regular G to B minor, G to B minor. You could also try A minor to B minor. Pretty much all the cowboy chords, the open chords that you've previously looked at, will work with this. And it's about the dropping it, coming back to it, dropping it, coming back to it that's really going to help with this. Quick little tip, when you're barring with your index finger, rather than sort of going flat against sort of this part of your finger, flat against the strings, twist your wrist. Well, twist your finger, I should say. Just a little bit, so you're sort of using this part of your finger as opposed to this part. Remember to keep your wrist kind of pushed out and that gap in between. Now, it is going to take a little bit of practice. I'll be amazed if you get it first time. If you do, please let us know in the comments, because bar chords is a really, really tricky thing. I'll put a card up. I've got a video where I talk about how to sort of get the most out of your bar chords and some tips for sort of hand positioning and stuff. So if you're struggling to get a clean sound, please go check that one out. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please let us know in the comments. If you like what we do at Practice Like a Pro, please do consider subscribing. We upload 3 guitar lessons a week. And if you'd like to learn something else, check out some of those other videos. Thank you very much for watching. Until I see you next time, keep practicing like a pro. Cheers.